This is just fun speculation. Don't come at me about how this isn't accurate, or that it wouldn't look like this or whatever. We're just having fun here. Now that we've gotten a look at what Mammon looks like, it made me think about the other princes we haven't seen. As of Season 2 Episode 6, we have yet to see Satan of Wrath, Belphegor of Sloth, and Leviathan of Envy. I already did a fun speculative fan art of what Belphegor could look like. In fact, I might do a redesign of her. So now I want to do some speculations on what Leviathan could look like. Definitely went overboard on this one too. I envision Leviathan as a being nearly as massive as the ring itself, swimming around aimlessly and frustrated like a shark in a tank that's too small. Sure, she could control her size, but she's far too proud. I tried to be true to the many descriptions of her. I had her tails entwined with each other to be true to her name, which means to coil or entwine in Hebrew. I kept her massive and appearing like a strange mermaid of sorts, with elements of fish and mammal. Through the description of her in the Book of Job and Revelation, I tried to show her resilience to injuries. The scars on her are from her battle with God, the only being strong enough to do real injury to her, the worst of which was clawing out a section of her torso. And yet she continues to exist as though the injury means nothing. I tried to make her expression disinterested, somber, and forlorn. In the description in the Book of Enoch, she was once the primordial chaos that inhabited the world, existed as part of one entity, combined with Behemoth, before God separated them and cast her into the deep abyss. Like Belphegor, I imagine her having two forms, her original, massive eldritch form, and a much smaller one that can be used to govern envy, as well as making sure everyone around her envies her and her beauty and finery. Her smaller form in this case comes from her angler, invoking the idea that she lures people to gaze upon her and her palace with great envy. Her only joy is making others wish they were her. Many Jewish commentaries state that the whale that ate Jonah was Leviathan, so I have placed a large submarine-like palace in the cavity where her stomach once was. Within this palace, otherworldly beauty, with artifacts, jewels, and styles not seen anywhere else in hell. Here it would look strange, old and ancient, cosmic with eldritch horrors and beauty. Only the most privileged would be allowed, but also shows off her home and exclusive parties to others to feed off of their envy, likely through the Envy app. I've made her palace and her small form style off of Sumerian fashion and architecture to keep true to her very ancient roots, as Leviathan seems to be a direct character from the Sumerian world. Serpent Lotan. She wears a large, ornate, strange and otherworldly crown, decorated in gold and an unknown green gem. She uses this attire to draw all eyes on her and make them jealous and envious of her, feeding off of their yearning, envy, adoration, and even hatred. In this rendition, I envision Leviathan as just as, if not more powerful than Lucifer himself. I would say that their relationship is complicated, as she predates him and his rebellion. She would have been the first to rebel in a time before time. But now her power is greatly reduced. When Lucifer was cast down into hell, he would have found Leviathan in the abyss, and made a deal with her, working together to become kings in their own right and slowly build their forces to eventually take on God in heaven once again. The only catch would be that Leviathan would have to share her power and ancient knowledge to help Lucifer build hell and bring its native life to the true demon forms we see, and be subservient to him, becoming Prince of Envy, while Lucifer, while Prince of Pride, would be king of all hell. As the sins of pride and envy are closely entwined, Thomas Aquinas himself says that while envy is the root of all sins, pride is the beginning of it all. I think their relationship would be complicated, both complementary and rivaling each other. Lucifer would likely keep a close eye on Leviathan while content to let her govern envy however she pleases, keeping to the strange and ancient aesthetics that existed before even his time. This, and the ring being mostly a deep ocean, would make envy very different than the other rings. Despite this, the two would still remember their ancient pact and honor it. She remains subservient, as she is eternal. She can bide her time, waiting for the day she, Lucifer, and the other sins open the gates of hell and storm heaven. And there you have it, my speculation as to what Leviathan could look like. I'm really happy with this design and had a lot of fun drawing her. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.